Welcome to Manchester Vibes, your one-stop channel for everything happening in the heart of Manchester. £70 million deal, PSG option, 2 new Man United signings, Marcus Rashford future verdict reached. Reports suggest Marcus Rashford is available for a transfer from Manchester United this summer amid concerns over his conduct away from the pitch. Marcus Rashford is said to be fighting for his future at Manchester United, with the club open to bids for him next year. The attacker was not among the 4 players Alejandro Garnacho, Kobbie Mainoo, Andre Onana and Rasmus Højlund to be exempt from sales during the last window, following a drab campaign. The 27-year-old, whose contract does not expire until 2028, is already 1 goal away from matching last season's tally this term, with 3 strikes coming in Ruben Amorim's first 5 matches in charge. However, the Telegraph claims United will be open to bids for Rashford next summer, partly due to his off-field activities. The forward was seen clubbing following last year's Manchester Derby defeat before being fined and left out of an FA Cup tie in January after a trip to Northern Ireland led to him calling in ill the prior Friday. He was also criticized by some for deciding to fly to the USA with Case Moreau during the November international break and not rest up ahead of Amorim's first day at United, having not been selected for England duty since March. But aside from his life outside of work, should Rashford be moved on? Would it be helpful for the player himself, or would it be a mistake for United to let him go? Our writers have their say. Isaac Johnson. A little while ago, Rashford said he could not envisage playing for another club. A few years later, many others can. United are in a stronger position to let him leave this summer given the rise of Ahmad, but I still think it would be risky to do so unless a suitable replacement is sourced. Jadon Sancho is all but technically gone, and Antony ought to be ahead in the for-sale criteria. Rashford has come in for justified criticism, but to brand him surplus to requirements seems harsh and daft. Only Garnacho has scored more for United this season, and only by a single goal. There is perhaps more of a case for the player to move on for his own sake. United is a boiling pot of scrutiny at the best of times, and Rashford is clearly a confidence player. Personally, I think a move to Paris Saint-Germain, previous admirers, would be ideal if he is to leave. Jake Stokes. It would be best if Manchester United and Marcus Rashford part ways. The 27-year-old forward has really struggled to impress at Old Trafford for a while now, so it's time for the club to make a difficult and long overdue decision on his future. United can reinvest his wages on a new player or 2 in the January transfer window to catalyze Ruben Amorim's project. Man United transfer news. First January signing confirmed as Viktor Gyokeres drops fresh hint. Manchester United have just a matter of weeks to complete the preparations for the upcoming January transfer window, but already appear to have gotten their first signing over the line. Manchester United could turn to the transfer window to recover their stuttering season. New Red Devils boss Ruben Amorim slipped to his first defeat at the club at the weekend. United lost 3-2 to Nottingham Forest over the weekend. It leaves the club sitting 13th in the Premier League standings and already 8 points behind the top 4. Luckily, Amorim could add to his squad next month with the January transfer window set to open. A number of stars have already been linked with the club, while a host of Red Devil stars could even leave. Take a look at the latest rumors below. First signing complete. Emmanuel Xyro has confirmed that he has put pen to paper on a deal with Manchester United. The 16-year-old joins from London-based CRE8 TIV Football Academy. Confirming his move on Instagram, he wrote, "Firstly, I would like to thank my family for all their love, support, and encouragement throughout the years. For as long as I can remember, I've had a ball at my feet and enjoy the game of football. I now have the opportunity to continue doing that at the biggest club in the world, as well as the team I support. I look forward to continuing my journey playing for Manchester United, and would like to thank everyone that has contributed to my development up until now, especially at CRE8 TIV Football. You guys are my family, and I thank you for everything you have done for me up. Who should Man United sign in January? Share your thoughts in the comments below." Gyokeres drops hint. Sporting Lisbon star Viktor Gyokeres has hinted he wants to follow in the footsteps of 2 Man United legends. The Swede continues to be strongly linked with a move to Old Trafford. "The players I looked up to were Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Cristiano Ronaldo. Gyokeres told UEFA.com when he was asked who his idols were growing up ahead of Sporting's upcoming fixture against Club Brugge in the Champions League. "It's about how they performed on the pitch. They went the extra mile, which impressed me. I wanted to do similar things on the pitch." Hernandez price slashed. Away from forwards, the Red Devils could also add to their defensive ranks. United are targeting a left-back over the coming season, and Theo Hernandez is among the options. And it is suggested that he could be even cheaper. As per Calciomercato, the Italian giants will now entertain offers of around €50 million, £41.3 million, to sell the defender, having previously wanted around €80 million, £66.1 million, for his signature. Hernandez has just 18 months remaining on his contract with AC Milan, and the club have so far struggled to get him to agree to fresh terms. Manchester United hand out new contract to talented midfielder. Man United have handed out a new contract to promising academy midfielder Ruben Curley. Manchester United youngster Ruben Curley has signed a new contract with the club. Curley has been present in several first-team training sessions at Carrington this season, and he's been given a new deal as recognition of his strong progress in the academy. The 19-year-old is a local Manchester lad who operates in midfield, and he made up for lost time last season by hitting the ground running following his return from an ACL injury. Curley made 11 starts in the under-18s title-winning campaign and ended the season by playing regularly for the under-21s. The youngster has continued to feature with Travis Binion's group this term and uploaded a photo with his new contract on social media on Monday night. Curley was congratulated in the comments by his academy peers, with the likes of Dan Gore, Harry Amas, Ethan Wheatley, and Jack Fletcher all reacting to his new deal with messages. Although some players struggle to recover from ACL injuries, Curley has made a full recovery from the injury he picked up in August 2022 and will now attempt to make his senior debut. "Devastated to have ruptured my ACL and experience another setback," wrote Curley 2 years ago. "Without these challenges, I wouldn't be the person or player I am, and it's all part of my journey. Time to focus on my recovery and return back stronger and more determined than ever." United regularly draft in youngsters from the academy when extra numbers are required in first-team training sessions, and Curley has been given opportunities to make the step up. It's understood U21 manager Binion advises the first-team coaching staff on which youngsters should make the step up to training, and Darren Fletcher is also an important conduit. Man United transfer news. Club warming to idea of cashing in on Real Madrid-linked star. Manchester United have reportedly warmed to the idea of cashing in on Real Madrid-linked defender Lisandro Martinez. Reports earlier this week linked the Argentine centre-back with a move to the Bernabeu, given their troubles at centre-back this season. Carlo Ancelotti has seen the likes of Eder Militao, David Alaba, and stand-in Aurelien Tchouameni miss significant chunks of time, with the former two still out with serious knee injuries. After missing out on Lenny Yoro in the transfer market over the summer to Man United, Real did not pursue any other targets, and ultimately have left themselves light in that department. The arrival of Yoro could be a factor in Martinez leaving for Real, though, if he is deemed a suitable enough option to replace the defender in the long term at Old Trafford. Man United willing to sell Martinez? New manager Ruben Amorim is expected to put his stamp down on the Man United squad, with numerous incomings and outgoings expected, and one could include Martinez. No move is set to materialize until next summer at the earliest, but TalkSport claimed that the club are possibly willing to cash in on the 26-year-old. Martinez has only been at Old Trafford since 2022, when he made the move from Ajax for north of £50 million, but injuries have greatly reduced the impact he has made since the big money move. Despite winning a trophy in both seasons at the club, Martinez has missed large periods since moving to Manchester, and he only featured in 11 league games last season, as the club failed to finish in the top four. That has also seen him lose his place in the Argentina side, with Nicolas Tagliafico preferred at left-back and Christian Romero and Nicolas Otamendi ahead of him in the center. Playing in 12 of Man United's 15 Premier League games so far, Martinez has not exactly covered himself in glory, like most of teammates, with Erik ten Hag receiving the sack back in October. Since Amorim's arrival, not much has improved, with the Red Devils suffering back-to-back defeats to Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. Martinez came in for criticism for Forest's first goal on Saturday, being convincingly beaten in the air by Nikola Milinkovic, who headed the visitors ahead inside 2 minutes. There was also a lack of communication for Chris Wood's goal in the second half, with Martinez letting the ball pass him on the goal line to Nestle in the bottom corner and ultimately put the game out of reach. The Man United faithful will hope to see an upturn in form from their £50 million defender when they travel to rivals Manchester City in the Premier League on Sunday.